Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys among favorites to land $244 million NBA All-Star amid wild rumors. There are some wild rumors that Minnesota Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards is going to the NFL, which was sparked by, well, Ant-Man himself. Bovada released hypothetical odds for Edwards' NFL team and has the Dallas Cowboys third among the favorites at plus 2,500 if the All-Star eventually trades his high tops for cleats. During an interview conducted by Minnesota Vikings receiver Justin Jefferson and ESPN's Jamal Collier, Edwards revealed his desire to eventually play in the NFL. "If I win a ring in the next 3 to 4 years," Edwards explained during the October 22, 2024, feature story, "I'm going to play football. Advertising, and this gon' be one of the reasons why, because he, Jefferson, think I can't play football," Edwards added. "I'ma come play with you, I'm going to be, doing the hitting, though. I'm going to be playing strong safety." Edwards' hometown Atlanta Falcons are the favorites in Edwards' NFL odds at plus 1,600. The Minnesota Vikings are next in line at plus 2,000. After the Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs and Las Vegas Raiders are tied for fourth in the odds at plus 2,800. Aside from actually making an NFL roster, Edwards added a caveat to his potential football career: the guard wants to win an NBA championship first. For context, Edwards is about to begin a 5-year, $244 million contract with the Wolves. Unless Edwards is attempting to play quarterback, the guard would likely be headed towards a sizable pay cut in order to suit up in the NFL. Edwards' new deal is slated to run through the 2028-29 season. During the interview, Jefferson was quick to shoot down Edwards' NFL dreams. "Y'all got some athletic guys," Jefferson responded to Edwards. "But when you put on them shoulder pads and helmet, y'all gon' get hit and you'll be like, oh no. This not for me." Back to basketball. Edwards' NFL odds do feel a bit random. The guard grew up in Atlanta and played college basketball in nearby Athens for the Georgia Bulldogs. It makes sense why the Falcons would be the favorite. Edwards is already in Minnesota, so the Vikings connection is obvious. The Cowboys fit is more of a reach, aside from owner Jerry Jones loving a good publicity stunt. Dallas did previously offer Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James an NFL contract, so there is a bit of precedent. Could Edwards attempt to pull a Deion Sanders and play both sports? Sanders is known for having an NFL and MLB careers, playing in both leagues at the same time. Balancing the NBA and NFL would be much more complicated. The NBA season begins at the end of October, while the NFL regular season runs through early January. An NFL playoff run means some players are suiting up into February. This makes for at least 3 months where Edwards would be attempting to balance the schedules of both leagues. The NFL is obviously easier to work around given most game days are on Sundays. Dalvin Cook or bust, fans suspect Cowboys' Micah Parsons sending message. Maybe Cowboys star pass rusher Micah Parsons is just like all of us. Maybe he is wondering, and has been wondering for weeks, why, exactly, the Cowboys signed former Pro Bowl running back Dalvin Cook back in late August if there was no intention on playing him. The Cowboys have the worst running game in the NFL, with just 463 total yards and a yards per carry average of 3.5. Both of those numbers rank 32nd in the league. Yet, Dallas keeps trotting out Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle as the team's 1-2 punch at halfback. Dowdle has shown he is a keeper. But Elliott? The Cowboys have little reason to keep a guy who has just 115 yards in 6 games and is averaging 3.0 yards per carry, a career low. It can't hurt to bring in Cook, who is still on the practice squad. There's virtually no chance that he is worse than Elliott at this point. And it could be that Micah Parsons agrees, and perhaps even is sending a message to Cowboys Nation. That's according to internet sleuths who noticed that on his popular podcast, The Rush, this week, Parsons had a Dalvin Cook jersey hanging over his right shoulder. Now, there was some fun had with the notion that Parsons had Cook's jersey hanging in the background of the podcast, but then, he always has 3 jerseys hanging behind him. Most of the jerseys rotate, but Cook's jersey has been featured behind Parsons's right shoulder throughout the entire season. Sorta like Parsons was telling the team to play the new guy. It could just be a coincidence. Parsons and Cook have had multiple run-ins in their careers, but they have respect for each other. Perhaps there is nothing more to Parsons-Cook jersey placement than that. But it is suspicious. Everyone loves Elliott and the approach he takes as a leader for the team, though the truth is, he can't produce much anymore. Cook would be worth a shot. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy has been non-committal on a Cook return date. But he did say, recently, we're definitely moving him forward. But the other part of it, too, is I think Rico and Elliott, they haven't been given a lot of opportunities too, so it isn't like they haven't done anything to warrant their opportunities decreasing right now. It's a great place to be. It gives us excellent depth. That's a hell of a situation to be in. Report, Cowboys in contention to land 28-year-old 5-time All-Pro at trade deadline. The Dallas Cowboys may need to do something drastic to put some fire back into their season. Dallas is currently 3-3 through their first 6 games with a road contest against the reigning NFC champions, San Francisco 49ers, up next. In wake of their third consecutive 12-5 campaign that ended with an early playoff exit, the Dallas Cowboys surprisingly elected to run it back with largely the same cast as last year. That quiet offseason hasn't been paying off for the organization, which is now sitting at 3-3 and third place in a relatively weak NFC East. Although offensive woes are certainly at least partially responsible for this tepid start, the Cowboys are a meager number 12 in yardage and number 20 in scoring after finishing top 5 in both last season. The defense has taken an even larger step back in 2024. In 16 starts in 2023, he recorded 42 tackles, 30 quarterback hits, 17 tackles for loss, 14 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. Garret has 17 tackles, 9 quarterback hits, 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles through 7 games in 2024. This trade would be difficult to pull off, but would be massive for the direction of Dallas defense. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Myles Garret? Leave your opinion in the comments.